side, as Andre Ward is now part of Gabriel Flores Jr.'s management team. He's had success mentoring and managing one of the current best young fighters in the world, Shakur Stevenson, and now Flores under his tutelage. Let's bring in Mark Kriegel to the conversation for more on Flores. Mark?
This is the fight that's supposed to make Gabe Flores a contender, but Jayson Velez has been in the best. He's been in with the best. He's not fighting to keep an O. He's fighting for his career. He believes this is his last shot, and he's coming to make a stand, fellas.
And he's got experience, Timmy, does Jayson Velez. He's been in against name opponents: Ryan Garcia, Juanmo Lopez, Jojo Diaz was a title challenger against Gratovich.
And he's only been stopped once, and that's against the guy we're going to see in the main event, Oscar Valdez.
That happened in the 10th round last July. Oscar scoring 2 knockdowns. Those final power shots getting to Velez. Velez was trying to push the pace in that fight. We will see what he looks like in terms of pace against Flores, who told us this week, he says, I'm going to put on a boxing clinic. We last saw Flores back in early October right here in the bubble in Vegas. Won a 10-round unanimous decision against Kelchewski. In that first round, Tim, he did get hit by a left hook that got to him, but he was able to recover. In fact, he bloodied Kelchewski's nose in the second round and then boxed his way comfortably to a victory. He's utilizing that jab early on, something you like to see for that stage of development, the commitment to the jab and then the combinations that come off of it.
Yes, Tess, I like to see adversity. I like to see these young kids, get hit. You want to see how they react. A lot of times we don't know. You really don't know how they're going to react until it happens. But I like he stayed calm. I like the fact that he was poised, came out and dominated. And I like the fact that his father didn't even panic in the corner. It almost seemed like they've been there before. They've been there and done that.
His father, Gabriel, has been with him, local trainer. Back home in Stockton. His father, who turned his life around after serving time. And he's been a wonderful relationship as they have forged ahead. 19-0, 6 knockouts for Flores Jr.
See, Velez, he don't look like much, but he's a guy that has a great timing. You see him going down to the body, wanting to bring the hands down to Flores Jr. And he's trying to lure him to sleep. He's really steady with his approach in offense.
Just missed shooting that right hand. Tried to come back with the left uppercut. Good, efficient opening round for the young California native who now lives and trains here in Las Vegas. Gabriel Flores Jr. going to take a quick break. End of 1.
Next time you carry out 3-topping Domino's pizzas for $7.99 each, try Domino's Carside Delivery. Just check in online and we'll quickly and safely bring out your food so you don't have to get out to get carry out. Like Denny here.
Hey Hamlin, I like your PJs.
PJs.
And we'll rise up, high like the waves, I'll rise up, in spite of the ache, I'll rise up.
Okay, Sonny, he's making a lot of mistakes.
Top Rank Boxing on ESPN is brought to you by DraftKings. Download the DraftKings app to play free for $10 grand in prizes tonight. Use promo code TOPRANK when you sign up. DraftKings, the leader in daily fantasy sports. And in part by Geico, you could save even more by bundling home and car insurance. This was the scene a year ago this weekend, right down the hall at the Grand Garden Arena, when Tyson Fury TKO'd Deontay Wilder and became the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And here we are now in the conference center in the COVID-protected, fanless bubble. It has been home to boxing. It's where boxing returned early June 2020, and Bob Arum has gone on the record this week saying tonight this WBC championship fight between Valdez and Burchelt will be the final fight inside the bubble, the final time that the sport at this level is fanless with Top Rank, as you see the locker room scene right now with Miguel Burchelt loosening up, getting warm. He is coming up next for his 7th title defense. 38-1. 34 knockouts, #1 in the world in power connect percentage, throws over 81 punches per round. Round 2 here. Gabe Flores in that first round against Velez had 13 connects, throwing 38 punches.
Tess, I like what I'm seeing from Flores Jr. Using his jab, standing his ground. You know, Velez thought he was going to be moving a lot because you've seen him in the past using his feet to create distance in the setup offense. But I like the fact that he's sitting at the proper range of Velez, moving when he has to, and then trying to counter his offense, because that's what you got to do against a guy that comes forward like Velez and try to break you down to the body.
And we heard from Gabe Flores about an hour ago when our Christina Poncher was in the locker room with him, and he said he liked this stylistic matchup. And he talked about what you just described, what Velez will offer him and how he can get his counterattack off against him.
See, Velez is trying to set up a right hand, Tess, and the right hand's over the top. You see that, you know, Flores Jr. pick up that left hand. I think he senses it. Right hand down at the body. Look for it to come up top for Velez.
There he goes, right there, just like you thought he would. And Flores able to just move his head to the right enough.
Flores got to get on his stick a little bit more, you know, to stop that. Get on the stick a little bit more and move the opposite way. If you see a guy trying to set you up, there it is again. This time he set it up off the hook. This time, Velez did. Move away from the right hand. There it is again. Snuck a little bit over the top of the jab of Flores Jr.
So Velez finding some success with that right hand. Beautiful
jab.
Yeah,
right
4 times from the young California native. Trying to counter that right hand that time as Velez came forward. Coming to the end of round 2, our co-feature before the title fight.
And suddenly, the ghost appeared.
Chip, huh? Those chips.
Yeah, you're glistening, bro.
When you want that sweet satisfaction of real chocolate in every bite, Chips Ahoy is here for it. Here for happy.
Guys, as we get older, we all lose testosterone. With Force Factor's Test X180 works to boost it back, build muscle, increase energy, fuel desire, and improve performance. Rush to Walmart for Test X180, the #1 fastest growing testosterone brand in America.
People love the Hurricane, the #1 selling cane from coast to coast.
I love my Hurricane.
I love how secure I feel with my Hurricane.
They love how it helps them walk on any surface. And they love how it stands on its own. They love how it folds and unfolds in seconds.
I love my Hurricane.
Order your Hurricane at our legendary low price with a 100% money-back guarantee plus free shipping. Go to hurricane.com. That's hurricane.com. Also available at Walmart.
Prescient analysis from one Tim Bradley with what we saw in that last round from Jayson Velez. Take us through it, Tim.
Look, how do you beat speed? You beat it with timing. I told you guys in the beginning that Velez has great timing. And here he is coming in after the jab was thrown with the left hook and the right hand, catching Flores as he's pulled straight back after trying to deliver their shot. Look at this. Boom. See, the right technique is if you get hit with the hook or it grazes you, you want to drop your levels. If Flores Jr. would have done that, he would have never got hit with that right hand.
Round 3, 30 seconds in. Bernardo, what are they saying in the corner of Flores Jr.?
His father, Gabriel Sr., told me, look, it's early. I want him to continue working the body. We're going to have a time to pick it up. But more importantly, keep moving to his right and keep that jab. I want him to give me more jabs.
We will see if he can keep working that jab. Right now, he's landing 36% of his jabs thrown. There's a guy who will utilize the jab. And watch out for the left hook as well. That is Oscar Valdez, the 28-0 former WBO featherweight champion who made 6 title defenses before he said, I'm heading north and I want to take on the biggest challenge at 130 pounds. The two guys who live in Hermosillo, Sonora, Mexico, now meeting up here in Vegas, Valdez and Burchell. And here's what's interesting, Tim.
Yes.
We've been tracking where the money in Vegas is going on this mega fight tonight. And it opened up with Burchelt as a significant favorite. He was nearly minus 400 according to Caesars. As the day has gone on, as the week has gone on, we've seen money coming in on Valdez to the point where around town you can shop this thing and it's minus 280. So late money's coming in on Valdez. Just got an update moments ago from our gambling analyst at ESPN, Joe Fortenbaugh, and Joe says 58% of the bets are now on Valdez. 87% of the money is coming in on Valdez.
Listen, Tess, people that bet money, they wait to the weigh-ins. That's when they place their bet. They wait to the weigh-ins. I think they saw the same thing that I saw in Burchelt.
Velez, to that point when it comes to weight, and remember, the title fight is coming up as soon as we get done with this co-feature. We put them on the scale tonight. Burchelt is the naturally bigger guy. He's 146.2 on the scale in the locker room tonight. He has gained 16.2 pounds since getting off the scale. Valdez came in at 140. End of round number 3 on Vegas. Big night ahead.
The new Detroit style from Pizza Hut. A golden crust with crispy, cheesy edges. That's 50% more cheese baked all the way to the edge. Okay, I'm hungry. Try the new Detroit style today. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
And we'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up.
Miguel Burchelt continuing to warm up, getting ready for the big one. For tonight, only boxing fans can play in a free top-ranked boxing pool on DraftKings for a shot at $10,000 in prizes. You just got to answer a series of questions on tonight's title fight between Burchelt and Valdez. Get enough correct, and you will take home your share of $10,000. Download the DraftKings app. Sign up. Folks, use the promo code TOPRANK. Promo code TOPRANK on the DraftKings app. WBC Junior Lightweight World Champion Miguel Burchelt, the offensive dynamo. He is coming up in moments. The all-Mexican showdown against Oscar Valdez. Round 4 here. Flores Jr. and Velez. Flores Jr. with a 39-18 connect advantage on total punches.
Emilio Lozada told Jayson Velez his left eye is starting to swell. That should be your target. Now, I want you to get all the way inside. Don't stay mid-range, because when you're on the inside, I think you can land quicker and better shots. Don't stay at the mid-range.
We will see if he can target that eye. Saw that time as he crossed the threshold, Timmy. Flores firing off the left hook.
Beautiful timing by Velez, you know, he sneaks in behind the jab occasionally. He's doing the right thing, going down to the body, and that's experience. That's been in the ring with, the young, talented fighters of today.
We focus in on, in our main event, the fact that there is such a significant trainer change in recent years with Oscar Valdez. There also was with Jayson Velez. As you heard Bernardo talk about Emilio Lozada, he's been his trainer, Velez's trainer, for the last 4 fights. Velez was very honest in assessing this stage of his career back in 2018, saying, I realize I need to work on my boxing skills more. I need to work on my fundamentals more.
No, it really is showing, because right now he's having success going down to the body of the young fighter, trying to set up his attack upstairs, cutting off the ring real well. Flores Jr. is doing what Flores Jr. does, using the great jab, trying to stay away, but what I want to see him do is set up Velez, set traps. The right hand's going to come. Avoid it, and then make him pay. Make him throw it.
So Lozada's been working with Velez now since December of 2018. That was the same year that guy right there on the left of your screen, Oscar Valdez, turned to Eddie Reynoso. Eddie Reynoso, who, of course, his fame is that he's the trainer of Canelo Alvarez, and he wanted to improve his defense. Now, there are a lot of people this week, when they try to break down our big main event, Valdez and Burchelt, who say, I'm not going to see it. Listen, the Valdez stuff, it'll be the Valdez of old. This is just going to be like a Mexican version of Hagler Hearns. You're not going to see that polished stuff.
I don't know about that. I think we're going to see a combination of both. I think Valdez is going to be smart. He's an Olympian. He's going to box on the outside sometimes, and you might see him taking in the inside and get inside the power of Burchelt.
Two-time Olympian for Mexico 2008 and 2012 was Oscar Valdez, the first Mexican boxer to compete in 2 Olympic Games. Coming up in the main event, Valdez, Burchell, end of 4 here in the co-feature.
Jayson Tatum fears no man right now.
He's a lightning bolt.
It's NBA on ABC time. Celtics Pelicans on ABC. Home of the NBA Finals.
Next time you carry out 3-topping Domino's pizzas for $7.99 each, try Domino's Car-Side Delivery. Just check in online and we'll quickly and safely bring out your food so you don't have to get out to get carry-out. Like Denny here.
Hey, Hamlin, I like your PJs.
Searching for meaning in a relentless world. Always connected, but somehow alone. Trapped by illusion. We offer another path, where the battle to belong begins. Awakened by a calling, united by the cause you fight for. No one can take away what it means to be among the few, the proud, the Marines.
Start of round 5 here. Joe Tessitore and Tim Bradley on the call for Gabriel Flores Jr. and Jayson Velez. Andre Ward will be calling the championship fight with us. He's not calling this fight because he's now part of the management team for Gabriel Flores Jr. After that last round, Tim, he walked back to the corner, did the 20-year-old undefeated Flores Jr., and he heard from his father trainer who said, time to pick up the pace now.
He wanted him to work his hands a little bit more. You saw at the back end of that last round that he had some success when he threw his combination. That's a beautifully timed shot right there by Flores. As Velez steps in, drops levels, but left himself exposed and left a little lane for the uppercut of Flores.
Stop, 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 stop.
Lead left uppercut, partially blocked, comes back with a right hand, invites Velez in.
See, as these rounds continue, you're going to see a lot more pressure coming from Velez, and we're going to see how Flores Jr. is going to react to it. Right now, he's moving, trying to find his spots, but those body shots could pay dividends down the stretch.
Alfredo Caballero is taping up, gloving up Miguel Burchell, the world champion. Much anticipated title fight, now moments away. That has been a relationship that has stood the test of time. We're so much made of the trainer with Oscar Valdez, Eddie Reynoso. But as Mark Kriegel mentioned earlier tonight, when you really assess the results that they've had together, there have been some choppy waters with Reynoso and what he's been trying to do with tweaking Oscar Valdez.
You know, I think Reynoso did his job, honestly. I think he did his job because in his last fight against Velez, in his fight right now, he was a little bit more defensively sound and technically sound.
Exactly what they wanted.
And that's exactly what Oscar Valdez wanted.
Jayson Velez, who's in here now, round number 5 against Flores, was in against Oscar Valdez last July. And Valdez was very accurate on that night. And to your point, showed defense against Velez. Overall, the accuracy advantage was 29% to 12%.
You know, Gabe Flores sometimes falls asleep now. You know, he gets hit with clean punches coming from Velez.
Main event coming up, and that means plenty of offense. Miguel Burchell and Oscar Valdez may as well wear the Mexican flag like a superhero's cape. Their pride in their country's well-defined fighting style, it has them always throwing punches in bunches with destructive results. In championship fights, Burchell throws 81 punches per round, but his opponents land an impressive 18 on him. Among elite fighters, that's the 8th worst defense in the sport. Bad for Burchell, great for TV. In facing the undefeated Valdez, Burchell may need to bring a sledgehammer to the ring. Oscar has proven you can't break him.
In a March 2018 title fight, the champ fought over 7 rounds with a broken jaw. Yet he took greater risk after shattering the bone. He went from throwing 27 power punches per round to an astonishing 46 plus with a broken jaw. So get ready for 2 offensive output machines who are defensively indifferent.
Such a gutsy win against Scott Quigg that night in March 2018 by Oscar Valdez. And now, for the first time in his career, he will step into the ring, the undefeated former featherweight champion, as an underdog, going after Miguel Burchelt's WBC Junior Lightweight World Championship. In that last round, the 5th round, Jayson Velez, Tim, threw a fight-high 35 punches. 26 of them were power punches.
Yeah, and that combination right there, you see Flores Jr. falling asleep just a tad bit. Nice little grazing jab from him. Follow-up combination. But the thing is that, you know, this young man can't fall asleep against this guy, Velez. You know, Velez is going to be in his face, and like I told you, as the fight continues, he's going to apply more and more pressure. He has a ton of experience, so the young gun got to be careful not to fall asleep.
Gabriel Sr. told me, I want him to hold his ground and get inside, rub him up a little bit, go to the body, and base everything off the jab.
It's a 1-2 from Flores there. Bernardo comes back with another one.
It's good
Trying to time him coming in with the right hand, and he gets him. Gabriel Flores Jr. scores the knockdown here in round 6. And Velez is flopping around.
7, 8, come to me, come to me.
And he's going to have plenty of time to work with here. Can Gabe Flores close the show here? Wobbly legs for Velez. Trying to put on a show here in a big spot. Sweeping left hook. Velez doesn't look good at all. And now some composure from Flores. Oh, the left hook ends it. A big left hook closes it. Gabriel Flores Jr. eating up my man.
Now, if that don't impress you, I don't know what will.
On a night when he said that was the plan, use this platform before the mega fight to impress everybody. In the biggest step-up fight he's had against the guy who has challenged for a title, was just in against Oscar Valdez and took it to the 10th round, he dismisses him like that.
Just unbelievable confidence in a young kid, just believing in himself. You know, landing that signature left hook right there. That's an automatic punch from him. He leads with it sometimes. Sometimes he'll step back, create distance for himself right there. He stepped back, stood his ground, landed a beautiful left hook on the temple. That's why you saw the legs kind of wiggle a little bit like that, you know, from Velez. But here it is. The right hand comes over the top. He sets back on the angle, clips him right on the temple. That's why you see the legs of Velez buckle a little bit. And he goes down. Boom, right on the temple. Like I said, look at the leg.